Maria, I want to talk to you about something. Madison? Hi. Thanks for inviting me over today. I had a great time. I'm sorry I couldn't message you sooner. I only just finished up at work. You really don't have any common sense, do you? I guess it was wrong of me to expect someone as poor as you to have any manners at all. Excuse me? I went out of my way to invite you to my home, but you didn't even send me a message to thank me for letting you in. I got sick of waiting, so I messaged you, but really, you should have messaged me first. Don't you feel any gratitude for the kindness I showed you? Everyone else already messaged me ages ago. I think it's common sense for people to thank someone when they've invited you to their home. Is that too hard for you to understand? I expected the bare minimum, and I got nothing. I understand where you're coming from, but don't you think you're overreacting? I was at work. I already told you when I saw you earlier that I didn't have time to stick around, remember? That means I didn't have the time to message you. It's not like I forgot to thank you. I was planning to send a message when I had the time to look at my phone. I don't think you have to make that big a deal out of me not sending you a thank you message straight away. Anyway, thank you for inviting me into your home. It was lovely. I was only there for a few minutes, but I love what you've done with the place. Of course you'd love it! I hired an interior designer especially to advise me on how to set up each and every room. That's something someone like you can only dream of, since you have to work yourself. What are you trying to say? I'm saying that I know it means that you don't have enough money to be a housewife, and I pity you for it. I don't have to work because I'm from a different part of society than you. I'm pretty much a celebrity. I don't have to work, unlike people like you. Having a husband that makes so much money is great, but I guess you wouldn't understand that. I live in an apartment like this. I only eat organic foods, I wear all the latest fashion, and I have enough brand items for an army. I don't think anyone can deny I'm living the best life. Plus, I can show all this off to poor people like you who don't have anything else in their boring lives to look forward to. Being rich is the best. It makes me feel so good about myself and admit it. You wish you had this life too. Good for you, Madison. But I think you're lacking a lot of class for someone who likes to suggest that she's used to fine dining. Maybe you should find some of that before you buy your next evening dress. What did you just say to me? What? Do you want to pick a fight with me? Because I'll make you regret you ever said something like that to me. I took precious time out of my day to show you around my beautiful house, and this is how you talk to me? Excuse me. What makes you think you can speak to me like that? I knew it was you after all. It's your fault! Excuse me? What's my fault? And you say that you showed me around as though I begged you to? But you're the one that pretty much forced us all into your home. You didn't even give us the choice to say no. You ordered us to come, so we turned up. We all thought we were there to have a PTA meeting, but no! You started bragging about the stuff you have on display. What was it? Some fancy plant or something you had in your living room? It was a mystery to me why we all had been rushed to your fancy apartment all of a sudden, but the second you started giving us a tour we didn't even ask for, I knew it was a complete waste of my time. That's why I left as soon as possible so I could go to work. Shut up! There's no point in trying to change the topic. You're a thief! Excuse me? What on earth are you talking about now? What are you saying I stole? This is absolute nonsense, Madison. This is so ridiculous I could laugh. Laugh all you want, but it's not going to be funny for long. Not when I get the police involved. I'm not going to let you get away with stealing things from my home. Not an arrogant poor person like you that thinks she can insult me. Are you that jealous of me and my lifestyle? So much that you'd try to steal a part of it from me? Jealous? Excuse me? You think I'm jealous of you? I understand that having a celebrity like me nearby must be really hard for you, since you have to go home to your boring, dull life. But that doesn't mean you can try and take my stuff from me. That watch you stole is really important to me. Do you understand? Give it back, right now! What are you talking about? I don't know anything about your watch. Do you really think that I stole it from your house? I know it was you! Nobody else could have stolen it but you! You better give it back right away or I won't forgive you! Do you understand what will happen if you don't? I'm going to make you suffer, and you'll wish you had never touched any of my stuff! I've had enough of your accusations. Why would I steal your watch? I don't even know what watch you're talking about. And when would I have had the time to steal it? I was only there for a few minutes because I had to get to work. I was literally in and out. How would I have had the time to take your watch? Plus, you were with me the entire time I was there because you were so insistent on showing everyone around. You were the one that was keeping me from leaving. I didn't see any watch when I was there, and I don't know what you're talking about. You're lying! You're full of lies, you liar! You thief! I'm talking about the watch that cost $10,000! You know what I'm talking about! I know you saw it, and I know you took it when you realized that it cost so much! I'm sorry, but I haven't seen your watch. And you said it yourself. I'm too poor to understand how much the things you own are worth. You may want to make me into the bad guy and lay blame on me, but there's no point. I really haven't touched or seen your watch. You're not going to find your watch if you keep pointing the finger at me, because I really don't have it. Why don't you search your own house again? Maybe you just misplaced it. You're lying! I know you are! I'm not that stupid! I wouldn't lose a watch like that! I already know everything, so there's no point in trying to cover up your own crime! Hurry up and give me back my watch! You're not listening to me. I didn't steal your watch. I have nothing else to say to you, so would you please leave me alone? I have better things to do than to be insulted by you. I'll see you, Madison. Hey, honey. When are you coming home?
I'm on my way right now.
Great! Can you buy me some donuts or a blueberry muffin from the convenience store outside the station? I'm really frustrated because of something stupid one of the women from the PTA circle said to me, and I have to eat something really sweet before I blow up.
Really? You're going to blow up? Sure thing. If a muffin's enough to keep you sedated. Oh, that reminds me. I had something to tell you. One of the women in your PTA circle is married to Smith, right? The really rich one that likes to act like she's a celebrity? The one that you said was living in a high-rise apartment and was taking over the PTA circle and is bossing everyone around?
Yeah, she's the one that pissed me off today, actually. What about her?
I'm not surprised. They both seemed like trouble when we first got to know them, but now I'm sure of it. Her husband resigned from his job the other day.
Her husband resigned? Why?
You're not going to believe it. And you're not going to believe what I heard about him.
Who did you hear it from? I don't remember you saying that you were friends with him.
I'm not. I heard it from Howard. Apparently, Smith was asking him to introduce me to him.
Introduce you? For what? Luke, this is starting to sound really suspicious. I hope you're not thinking about getting involved with whatever he's doing. I have a really bad feeling about where this conversation is going, honey.
Of course not. But you're right about it being suspicious. I have no intention of accepting anything he's offering me. So don't worry. I'm not that stupid. I'll tell him that he'll have to find someone else.
He's offering something? Is what he's doing that bad?
I'll tell you everything when I get home. I'll buy your donuts and your blueberry muffin. So hang in there.
Oh, thank you. I'll get dinner ready in the meantime. Are you an idiot? I can't believe you would be so stupid. you calling stupid? That's my line! I've never seen anyone as stupid as you! Why did you come back to my house? Did you think you could get the chance to steal something else? No. I came back because you wouldn't stop calling me a thief. You were saying that I was running away from discussing it with you, so I came all the way to show you that I have no reason to run or hide from you. But I never thought you would punch me. What's wrong with you? Why would you punch me in the face like that? Who do you think you are? You're just some poor working woman. I'm a celebrity in comparison to you. What has that got to do with anything? Just because you think you're better than me doesn't mean you're free to punch me whenever you want. You assaulted me. Assault? You're overreacting. You're the one that suddenly showed up at my apartment without any warning. It's only natural I would suspect that you would come back to steal something else. You can't trick me. I know what you're up to. People like you don't have the skills or ability to earn a decent amount, so you can only think of taking from other people. I won't ever forgive you for what you've done. I'm sorry, what? You're saying you won't forgive me for something I didn't do? You're the one that needs to beg for forgiveness after assaulting me. I'm telling you, there's no point in lying. I know that you stole my watch the last time you came to my apartment. Of course I won't forgive you. You're a thief. Even if you begged me, I won't ever forgive you. You deserve to get a punch in the face. You don't even have proof that I stole your watch. And yet you still punched me. There's something seriously wrong with you. Who punches someone on a hunch? Blaming me for your watch going missing just because I visited your apartment is a little far-fetched, don't you think? I wasn't the only one that was there that day. So why do you think it was me? Because you took the longest to send me a message thanking me for inviting you on the house tour. You stink of ingratitude. Of course someone like you would steal my stuff. That's your reason? You're kidding, right? How many times do I have to tell you that it wasn't me? You won't even listen to me. You've got a problem if you think it's okay to punch people just because you believe they've done something wrong. You're jumping to conclusions, Madison. I don't care what you say. Give me back my watch. I know it was you. You can't make any more excuses. A poor person like you might not be able to recognize brand items that easily, but that watch costs $10,000. I know that you're planning on selling it. You should be happy that I'll let you off with just a punch and didn't call the police on you. If I call the police, your life is over. You'll go to prison, you'll be even poorer when you come out, and no one will trust you with their stuff. Excuse me? I should be happy? I'm not going to forgive you for what you've done. You're the one that's going to wish you had never punched me. Shut up! Give me back my watch. You're just a thief. You can't threaten me with anything. Unfortunately, I don't have anything to give you, because I never stole anything. You're just jumping to conclusions, and I'm going to get my revenge for the way you've treated me. You better prepare a speech, because you're going to be begging me for forgiveness. What? You're just a criminal. Why would I apologize to you? You're the one that needs to beg me for forgiveness. If you don't want to be taken to court, you better give my watch back. I've told you over and over, but it's expensive, and someone like you doesn't deserve to own something that luxurious. I told you, I can't. Because I don't have it. I don't want your stupid watch, or the money I could make if I really did sell it. I'm not interested in brand items like you are. But if you don't believe me, then there's nothing else we can do. We've hit a dead end in discussing this, so we need someone else to work this out for us. I'm confident that I'm innocent in this situation, and that you're the real criminal for assaulting me. So I don't mind going to court like you say. That's the best way to clear this up. We'll have someone else decide who's right and who's wrong. Happy? Oh, really? You're happy to go to court? Fine. If that's what you want, then that's what you'll get. I don't need a court to tell me how guilty you are. But obviously you're too poor and stupid to understand. So I'll have my lawyer spell it out for you. You're really going to regret this. You can run, Hide and lie all you want, but my lawyer will find out the truth and make you pay for what you've done. Plus, I have money, unlike you. I can afford the best, and when your stupid lawyer loses your case, you'll be wishing you never answered back to me. You'll finally realize how different our worlds are, and how much better I am than you. Yeah, sure. We'll see how that works out for you. If you agree on going to court, then let's speak with our lawyers and find a date that suits us all. We'll find out who's really in the wrong. You're the criminal! Of course you're in the wrong! You stole my watch! You deserve to get a punch in the face! Are you really sure about that? I wonder when you'll finally realize that your watch was never stolen. I wonder when it'll occur to you that your own husband took your watch and sold it. I bet you'll feel really stupid, huh? What are you talking about? What's your husband doing for work, Madison? Don't you know? Here's a hint. He's not working for the same company as my husband anymore. You may have thought that you would be living like a celebrity for the rest of your life, but it looks like your husband has plans of his own. Why don't you ask him about that? Then you'll realize how stupid you've been. You'll find out that your perfect life isn't as perfect as it seems. Boo-hoo! What are you saying? Are you trying to pin the blame on my husband? How stupid can you get? Why would my husband sell my watch? Sadly, you're the only person that hasn't noticed what her own husband has been up to recently. You should talk to him and see what he says. He might try and lie to you and cover it up, but everyone he worked with, including my husband, knows the truth. Knows the truth? What are you saying he's done? He resigned from his position at the company last month and became a scalper. Huh? A scalper? What's that? I've never heard of anything like that. My husband never told me that he resigned. And why would he? He has a great salary and a great position. What's worth throwing all that away? You're just trying to confuse me and draw my attention away from you stealing my watch. Well, I'm not falling for it, Maria. If you keep on saying stupid stuff like that, I'll punch you again. Madison, listen to what I'm saying, because I've had enough of repeating myself. Your husband became a scalper and started selling your stuff online. What? On top of that, he's been recommending it to his previous colleagues, offering to teach them and give them advice on how to sell things at higher prices. That's how everyone at the office found out why he'd resigned. He hasn't just been selling things that he's bought new. He's been selling your stuff too, since you have plenty of brand items. He must have thought you wouldn't miss anything. He's been selling them at ridiculous prices too. I'm surprised that anyone would want to buy anything for that price. But I guess some people are just desperate to look better than other people. Are you sure he hasn't been buying a lot of brand items recently? And they've disappeared without you realizing? Because I hear he's been buying stuff secondhand and selling that too. That's how scalpers work. When they buy things new, they buy a lot of the same items so they can sell them off at whatever price they want to. And then they buy secondhand items and change the way they advertise the product by taking better pictures and write stuff like vintage, limited edition to draw people in and sell things at a higher price. Those are the lengths scalpers go to make money. My husband? A scalper? But he hasn't said anything about quitting his job. Are you sure? Has he really resigned? No one's seen him at the office for the past month? Yeah, I'm sure. He was bragging about it to one of his colleagues that he found a better job and wanted a partner to work with him. So he was asking for someone to introduce my husband to him. I can't believe it! My husband! You're telling me he resigned without telling me? You told me the other day that he's been working from home for the past few weeks, right? Why don't you take a look at his room where he's been working? You'll find plenty of evidence to back up what I'm saying, and you might even find your watch. You might even find that you've been missing a few other things too. You're joking, right? I still can't believe it. You mean that we can still afford to live in this apartment, even though he's resigned? But if he's not a manager in a major company anymore, if he's making money like that, then it means that I can't brag about my perfect life anymore. Does that mean I'm not special anymore? Why should I care? The only person that ever thought you were special because your husband was a manager and was earning more money was you. Anyway, about the watch you accused me of stealing, funnily enough, it came up on an online flea market site when I search engined it. I heard from Sarah and the other moms that you made a fuss and sent them all pictures of the watch I stole the evening we went to visit, so I checked with them, and they say it's a match. The watch you say I took and the watch that's online are one and the same. It's been put up for sale on a flea market site? Seriously? You're actually serious about my husband selling my things? And he set the starting bid at a really incredible price, too. I hope that it's all a mistake, and that it's just a stranger's watch that happens to have the exact same features. But the page was just created 2 days ago. I felt that it couldn't just be a coincidence and thought I should let you know. It's got nothing to do with me whether your husband sells your stuff or not. That's something you've got to deal with between yourselves. And we can't even confirm whether it really is your watch or not. But I'm not going to take your accusations lying down. Oh my god! That's it! If we can't confirm if it's my watch or not, then it's still possible that you have it! And you tried denying it, but it's still possible you didn't just find that page. You're the one that made it! I can't believe I fell for your lies! There's no way my husband would do anything like that! Here we go again. How about we talk to the police? They can search my house, but they won't find your watch or any proof that I sold it. Plus, they can find out who really owns that flea market page and confirm that I haven't touched your precious watch. But I wouldn't be worrying about your watch if I were you. I bet you'll be arrested for assault before you even give it back. Excuse me? Why would I be arrested? Anyone would agree with me that I wasn't wrong for punching you. It doesn't count as assault. Of course it's assault. No matter how expensive it was, you can't punch people over an accessory. When are you going to get that into your thick head? And you didn't just punch me, remember? You even tried to push me down the stairs. Imagine what might have happened if I didn't grab the handrails. If that doesn't count as assault, I don't know what does. At the very least, I'm going to report it to the police, and we'll see what they have to say about it. They can tell us who the real criminal is. You're going to report this to the police? I did it out of self-defense. The police will side with me if I tell them I felt intimidated by you. That you were going to hurt me. I think the security camera in the hallway outside your apartment will back up everything I'm saying and will prove that you're lying about me intimidating you. Huh? Security camera? If the police check the footage on the cameras, it'll show that you punched me the second you realized it was me when you opened the door. I didn't have any time to provoke or intimidate you, and I certainly didn't try and hit you first. The cameras will prove that you're guilty of assaulting me. Crap! I completely forgot about the cameras. Okay then, how about we make a deal? How much money do you want? That'll be enough to shut you up, right? You're offering me hush money? Wow! No thanks. I think you'll need it when my lawyer shuts you down in court, and after your husband gets caught for the illegal activities he's involved in. You're going to need to save as much money as you can while you still can. Plus, I plan on demanding plenty in compensation anyway. What do you mean while I still can? Your husband resigned from his elite and stable post in one of the biggest companies in the country to become a scalper, which isn't exactly a promising career. I mean, I can understand the addictiveness. It must be like hitting the jackpot in a casino. But that luck's not going to continue forever. One day, he'll be caught, or one day he's not going to be able to sell the stuff he's bought, and you'll both suffer the consequences. And I have a feeling that the police will be on his tail pretty soon, since he tried selling a guidebook to my husband and some other colleagues. A guidebook for reselling items, which he offered for another ridiculous price. Even you've got to agree that it wouldn't be strange if he was arrested for trying to con people. He was conning people? When? The guidebook he was selling was full of crap, Madison. And he was trying to sell it for $20,000. $20,000? Would someone actually buy that? Apparently one of my husband's colleagues, a pretty naive guy, was seriously thinking about buying it until my husband stopped him. Your husband tried selling it to Luke too, but luckily for me, Luke's a bit too smart to get caught in a trap like that. But sooner or later, Someone's going to get tricked, and I'm pretty sure that your husband will get charged for fraud or something for pulling tricks like this. Maria, I'm really sorry. I think we had a bit of a misunderstanding. I didn't mean to accuse you of anything. I panicked when I saw that my watch was gone. I swear. I hope that we can talk about this and make up. We've both had some prejudices about one another, but those will disappear and we can forget about all of this once we get to know each other. Would you like to come over for some coffee? Of course not. You punched me and tried to push me down the stairs. How do I know that you won't try and poison me by putting something in my drink? I don't want to talk, and I don't want to get to know you. I already know enough to make me feel that I never want to see you ever again. And I think that's a normal reaction for someone who's been punched for no reason. Don't say that. I really didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I want us to be friends, can't we? I understand that you're finally starting to worry about the consequences of what you've done, but there's no point in trying to sweet-talk me. I'm not going to change my mind about talking to the police, and my husband's planning on reporting your husband too. You'll both have to explain yourselves to the police, not to me. Maria, please! I don't want to lose this lifestyle! Forgive me! I'm begging you! You can't be so heartless! Even if you beg me, there's nothing I can do. Even if I could, I wouldn't. You need to learn your lesson. The ones that ruined your perfect lifestyle are you and your own husband because of your own thoughtless actions. And you've got to pay for them. I doubt you'll be able to enjoy your high-rise apartment for much longer, but do your best. I hope you can find a job too, once you're out of prison. Maria filed a report to the police, and both Madison and her husband were called in for questioning. In the end, they were both found guilty of their crimes and were arrested. Madison for her assault on Maria, and her husband was arrested for fraud. Their children were taken in by Madison's parents, and wouldn't be able to meet their own mother and father until they had left prison. Of course, they could no longer live in the high-rise apartment Madison was so fond of, and even when she did get out of prison, a lot of trouble would be waiting for her. She would have to work hard to regain the trust of her friends and loved ones, and would have to go and find a job herself in order to pay the debt she owed after paying Maria her compensation. We can only hope that she learned that doing bad things will always come back to haunt her.